Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my lord.
Good
Yes.
morning, my lord.
Yes. Let us start. From supplementary causes.
Very good morning, my lord.
Yes. Good morning. Yes. From supplementary causes under the heading orders with defects. Serial number 1, PN number 297022. Mr. Suraj Kishore Prasad for petitioner.
Please, your lordship, in this case, there is only one defect with regard to the name. There is one spelling error, so it may be ignored.
Switch on your video.
Your lordship,
Switch on your video.
your lordship, my video is switched on.
Switched on.
Yes, your lordship. Perhaps there may be network error or other. I have switched on my video, your lordship.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, your lordship. So as far as the merit of the case is concerned, this case is of Arms Act under Section 25, 1B, A 26, 25, Super 6 and 26 and 35 of Arms Act and 17 CLA. Your lordship, it is a arms, and as far as the recovery is concerned, from my position only 2 live cartridges has been recovered. No firearm has been recovered, which is apparent from the
Case diary
page 40.
antecedents. Case
Uh,
diary and antecedents.
your lordship, one antecedent is concerned. There is one antecedent, your lordship.
Yes. Serial number 2, serial number 2973 of 22. Mr. Anil
Lord,
Kumar Singh for the
Lordship, Lordship, I am appearing serial number 2, my lord. This is the case, my lord. Case diary will be required, my lord. Therefore, I pray call for the case diary. In the meantime,
I will see whether the case diary will be required for not. You are no one to say whether the case diary will be required.
yes. Lordship,
It is for me to see whether the case diary is you
Lordship,
make arguments.
Lordship. In this case, my petitioner is husband, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, in this case, my lord, PM report, sir, I have mentioned in para, my lord, in para 13, my lord, opinion cause of death due to disease of the heart and its complication, Lord. There is no external injury on the body of the deceased, Lord. I have mentioned in para 13.
What is the prosecution case? Tell me first.
Prosecution case may permitted to read the FIR, Lord. मैं अब्दुल गफ्फार उम्र 40 वर्ष आवेदन ग्राम जोनहा थाना अनगढ़ा जिला रांची का रहने वाला हूं। मैं अपनी पुत्री चांदनी परवीन की शादी वर्ष 2019 में रीति रिवाज के साथ मुर्तुजा आलम पिता स्वयं पुरुलिया के साथ किए थे। शादी के बाद से ही मेरी बच्ची को मारपीट करना, खाना, कपड़ा, अन्य चीजें नहीं देता था तथा चांदनी परवीन मासुके में फोन करके भी बताई थी कि मारपीट करता है और बार बार अपने मृतक से 2 लाख रुपया का मांग करते रहा। इस संबंध में 2 बार घरेलू पंचायती एवं समझौता लड़के के घर में हुआ था। फिर भी हमारी बच्ची को 2-3 दिन पहले दिनांक 16/1/21 को काफी मारपीट करके गंभीर जख्मी कर दिया। जब पता चला तो दिनांक 17/1 को अपने बच्ची को अपने घर उठाकर लाए तो काफी सदमे और सहमी हुई थी, जो कुछ बोल नहीं रही थी। तो हम लोग आनंद फानम में जोन्हा के रिंची ट्रस्ट अस्पताल में भर्ती कराए, जहां से चिकित्सक ने गंभीर स्थिति देखते हुए वहां रेफर रिम्स दिनांक 18/10/21 को किया, जिसका इलाज रांची रिम्स में वार्ड में टाइम इतना में भर्ती कराया गया था, जिसमें टाइम 2:45 में इनकी मृत्यु हो गई। लोग कहीं भी कभी भी डिमांड नहीं किया गया है, न मारने का एलिगेशन है कहीं भी। और केस डायरी के पारा में आया है हुजूर, हम मेंशन किए हैं कि पारा 10 में, पारा केस डायरी के पारा में 78, 79, 81 और 82 में आया है कि कभी इसको मारपीट नहीं किया गया है और ना ही
इसका स्टेटमेंट है। हु स्टेटमेंट?
ये है हुजूर, ही केस डायरी के इंडिपेंडेंट विटनेस अमरुल्ला अंसारी इन पारा 78 में रोड इंडिपेंडेंट विटनेस
Who is for the state? Who is for the state?
जमनेला
State. Now just tell me why charge sheet has not been submitted under section 304B of the
लॉर्डशिप इसमें हुजूर
is the allegation of
302
dowry?
302 में हुजूर FIR हुआ, फिर चार्जशीट सबमिट किया 304 भी.
Is a charge sheet under 304B?
यस लॉर्डशिप, और FIR 302 में हुआ हुजूर.
कहाँ लिखा है 304B में? चार्ज शीट has been also submitted 302 में ही हुआ है. 304B में कहाँ हुआ है?
इसमें हुजूर वो केस आया है हुजूर, तो केस डायरी में है हुजूर.
आप देखिए imperial order में come to the imperial order.
Just minute. 300 imperial order में आया है. Further submitted that charge sheet under section 498A 304B of the IPC. First paragraph में हुजूर.
First paragraph में but
running page 17 हुजूर.
running page 18.
Running page 17 में हुजूर, it is submitted by learned counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner that the petitioner is innocent, no evidence has come in investigation law.
Mr. Counsel, listen to me. Come to page
Yes.
18. Come to page 18.
18
Come to third paragraph.
18 का फर्स्ट पारा हुजूर.
Third paragraph.
थर्ड
perusal देखिए.
थर्ड पारा on perusal.
Yes.
Was registered under section 498A302 of the IPC. क्लियर हो जाएगा हुजूर, केस डायरी मांग लिया जाता है हुजूर.
Who is for the state? There is no one for the state.
लॉर्डशिप पीएम रिपोर्ट में ओपिनियन में भी हुजूर आया है.
One appears for the state. Full stop. किसको डायरेक्शन? One is appearing for the state. देखिए.
Your Lordship, I will inform the concerned APP, Your Lordship.
You can inform the concerned APP is absent. Full stop. Mrs. Nikki Sinha is directed to ensure that the case diary be obtained and placed before the next date of hearing.
Your Lordship, I will inform the concerned APP, Your Lordship, because file is not with me, Your Lordship.
I have passed the direction. Yes. Next.
ऑनलाइन.
Yes, my lord, the offense under section 147, 148, 149, 302 of IPC, lordship. In this case, lordship, for a moment, kindly see the FIR at page 14, lordship. There is general allegation against all the accused person, lordship. May I read the FIR, lordship?
Yes.
निवेदन पूर्वक कहना है कि मैं सोनू कुमार यादव उम्र 20 वर्ष पिता सचिन साकिन सीओडी आदर्श नगर थाना मुफस्सिल जिला गिरिडीह का निवासी हूँ. आज दिनांक 17/11/2020 को सुबह करीब 10 बजे मेरे ही गोतिया के प्रीतम यादव उम्र 45 वर्ष, गिरधारी महतो, प्रकाश यादव, प्रदीप यादव, राहुल यादव, उन तीनों पिता प्रदीप यादव, पप्पू यादव, पिता रघु यादव, बैजू दास, जमुनिया देवी, संतोष यादव, सविता देवी, जगिया देवी, 55 वर्ष, पति गिरधारी महतो, सभी साकिन सीओडी थाना मुफस्सिल जिला गिरिडीह अचानक एक राय होकर मेरे घर के बगल की जमीन में दीवार देने का कार्य करने लगे. मेरे पिता भागीरथ यादव जब दीवार देने के बारे में उन लोगों से पूछने गए तो उपरोक्त सभी लोगों ने
My lord.
Yes.
My lord, this is an application for grant of regular bail for offence under section 392 IPC, my lord. My lord, allegation is that, my lord, the 3 persons came on motorcycle, my lord, and out of 2 persons came down the motorcycle, my lord, and snatched the bag from the motorcycle of informant, my lord. and the petitioner is not named in the FIR, my lord. Petitioner was arrested on the basis of the confessional statement of the Safila Khan, my lord. And then this petitioner was remanded in this case, my lord. Nothing has been recovered from this petitioner, my lord, and he is in custody, my lord, 2/8/2021, my lord. And no criminal incident.
Yes. The petitioner is accused for allegedly committing an offence punishable under section so and so. The concept of the petitioner submits that it is alleged that some unknown miscreant snatched the bag from the motorcycle of the from the two-wheeler of the informant. First up, the bag contained cash, checkbooks, etc. Also, next, the concept of the petitioner further submits that charge sheet has already been submitted in this case, and the petitioner is in custody since
2/8/2021, my lord.
2021, and he has been named on the basis of confessional statement of the court. Good stuff. Next paragraph. Who is for the state? The concerned APP is absent. Full stop. Considering the submission of the petitioner and the fact that the petitioner is not named in the FIR and charge sheet has already been submitted and he is in custody since 2/8/2021, I'm inclined to release him 10,000 sureties once a month before swearing.
Oh my God.
Also, police station.
Serial number 5, PA number 295022, Mr. Vikesh Kumar for the petitioner.
Lordship, I am appearing. Allegation under Arms Act, Lordship, no recovery, no criminal antecedent, no signature in seizure list, Lordship. As per allegation, on instance of this petitioner, one country-made pistol was recovered from co-accused Gabriel Kirketta, and the said Gabriel Kirketta has been granted bail by this honorable court in BA number 2583 of 2022, Lordship. No recovery from this petitioner, Lordship.
You are Vinayaka.
Yes, Your Lordship, I am Vinayaka.
Or you say nothing has been recovered?
Lordship, as per FIR, Lordship, and seizure list, I am stating that nothing has been recovered.
Read from the FIR.
Relevant para I am reading, Lordship, page number 16. From bottom, Lordship, page number 16. करमटोली के ग्राम सिंगापुर थाना जिला स्थित विनय एक
You were in custody since
कस्टडी सिंस लॉर्डशिप 22 जनवरी 2022 from 2 months, Lordship.
heard the concept of the petitioner, heard the concept of the state.
May I submit one thing, Your Lordship?
Yes.
On the basis of the confessional statement of this petitioner, Your Lordship.
Heard the concept of the petitioner, heard Mrs. Nikistina appearing on behalf of the state. Next part, the petitioner is an accused for allegedly committing an offence punishable under section so and so. There's an allegation from the impugned order in the FIR. It is apparent that no firearm was recovered from the possession of the petitioner. But it is the case of the prosecution that on confession of this petitioner, a firearm was recovered from the house of one Gabriel Kujur. Gabriel Kujur.
Gabriel Kujur.
Considering the aforesaid fact that no firearm has been recovered from the possession of this petitioner, I am inclined to release this petitioner. The petitioner will appear once a month before grounds of police station.
I beg pardon, my lord.
Oblige.
My lord, I beg pardon, my lord. Figure 4, my lord, I connected, my lord. Figure
Yes.
4 में हुजूर हम connected थे हुजूर.
You have not stated anything. Sorry.
My lord, just पता नहीं चल रहा था हुजूर. डिस्प्ले बोर्ड में दिख नहीं रहा था हुजूर.
CPC, serial number
I can't help it.
359 of 17.
I can't help it. At the time of hearing, you were not present. You check the live recording. If you are present, I will change my order. If in the live recording you are not present, I will not change my order. Yes. Switch on. Switch on. Switch on, Mr. Roy.
Sorry, my lord. I connected, my lord. But my lord, due to my lord, हमको दिख नहीं रहा था हुजूर कि कितना चल रहा है हुजूर इसलिए हुजूर. Sorry, my lord.
Or in the live recording, if you are, it is shown that you are present, then your name will be.
But my lord, I connected, my lord.
Correct.
I beg pardon, my lord.
The case diary has
Sorry,
been
ma'am.
called for. Now, bail हो गया ना?
Ma'am.
Bail हो गया.
मेरा प्रेजेंस उधर खाली लिखा दिया जाएगा।
Because of some arrangements or the beginning of the were given them. You mentioned the case. Yes.
Lordship, in this case, one IA has been filed. My
No,
humble prayer is
No, I had appeared at one point of time in this case. Yes, Mr. Upadhyay.
Yes, my lord.
In which case? Case number?
Case number, my lord, read number I not listening, but read has been filed by the Lordship office, my lord, Neeraj Kumar Pandey.
In respect of this same case?
Yes, my lord, same case.
Eviction suit.
Yes, my lord, yeah, eviction suit.
Okay. Okay, so let this case go out of my list to be listed before an appropriate bench.
Okay.
As per notice, from daily cost list of second half, under the heading orders with defect, serial number 6, DA number 15241 of 22, Mr. Arun Kumar for the petitioner.
Yes, Mr. Arun Kumar. Call for a report from the trial court about the stage of the trial. And let's just go thereafter.
Fresh filing, serial number 7, DA number 89022, Ms. Sunita Kumari.
Yes, Your Lordship. I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, in the bail application, Your Lordship, there was an allegation of attempt to murder, Your Lordship. And last occasion, Your Lordship, at this stage, this was dismissed, Your Lordship. And Your Lordship,
You are not well?
Lordship, only cough and cold is there since Tuesday, Your Lordship.
Checked up for corona.
I'm much better today, Your Lordship.
But get yourself first checked up for corona, because if with this condition you come to the court, it will be a problem from Monday.
I'm not coming to court. That's why last yesterday, Your Lordship, there was non-appearance on my case, Your Lordship. Although I have requested my colleague.
Get yourself checked up first.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Corona.
Your Lordship, this petitioner is in custody, Your Lordship, since 6/6/20, Your Lordship.
376. Attempt to murder. This is 376.
Yes, Your Lordship. Attempt to murder, Your Lordship. Last occasion, Your Lordship, taken into consideration.
376. Attempt to murder. It's not 307. It is 376.
Attempt to rape, Your Lordship, not attempt to murder. Attempt to rape.
Okay. Victim has been examined or not?
No, Your Lordship, not examined, as it has come in the impugned order itself. And Your Lordship, last occasion, Your Lordship, taken into consideration that it was disposed of at this stage, as because Your Lordship, after perusal of the FIR, offence was not committed, and it's itself shows this is the concocted story, Your Lordship, as because.
Let the victim be examined first.
Your Lordship, observation, that's I hoping at this stage, Your Lordship. Last occasion, Your Lordship, taken into consideration all these things.
No. Like you heard the counsel for the petition, heard the counsel for the state. The case under section so and so, the prayer for bail was earlier rejected. First up, the victim is yet to be examined.
Your Lordship, may I pray one thing? Your Lordship,
Yes.
let me ask conducting lawyer whether after filing this victim has been examined or not. So let it be on next Friday, Your Lordship. Maybe she will be examined as per the impugned order. I'm saying.
Order is 22. Only 2 witnesses left.
As per the impugned order, yes, Lordship. Out of 6 charged witnesses, 4 have been examined and 2 left. But Your
Yes,
Lordship, as per
please for the state, just a minute. Please for the state. Who is for the state?
My lord, I am
Mr.
appearing this.
By seek instruction by what time you can produce the rest of the witnesses and including the victim.
My lord.
The state will inform this court by what time, by what time the state will produce the remaining witnesses, including the victim, before the trial court for recording their evidence. This case next Friday.
oblige, Your Lordship.
Serial number 8, BA number 2590 of 22, Mr. Nilesh Kumar for the petitioner.
By bail was rejected in the month of September 2020. That is about more than 1.5 years, Lordship, and there is no much progress in that trial. As it appears that the charge was framed on 24/6/2020. On 24/6/2020, Your Lordship, the charge.
How many prosecution witnesses are there?
As per the impugned order, Your Lordship, not a single has been examined. About
How many are there?
about 5 to 6 witnesses, Your Lordship.
State? Mr. Ashok Singh? Where is Mr. Ashok Singh? Mr. Ashok Singh? Any counsel appearing on behalf of the state?
Lordship, in serial number 6, Lordship.
No, this is the bail matter, as per notice. Mr. Navin Ganju,
My lord.
you seek instruction in this case by what time the witnesses will be produced?
My lord,
Okay,
serial
then.
number
8.
Serial number 8.
8.
Case number, write down the case number. BA2590 of 2022. Note down the case number, Mr. Ganju.
My lord.
BA.
But I am not appearing this case, my lord.
Even though the court is saying.
I know you are not appearing in the case.
My lord, my lord.
BA2590 of 2022. The concerned APP is absent, full stop. Mr. Navin Kumar Ganju, APP, is present during the court proceeding. Full stop. He is requested to seek instruction and inform this court by next Friday by what time the prosecution will produce the witnesses, including the informant, before the court below, so that their evidence can be recorded. Note down the case number. I want these instructions.
My lord.
Under the heading for admission, serial number 37, BA number 16334 of 21, Ms. Jaswinder Majumdar for the petitioner.
Yes, Mrs. Majumdar. Where is Mrs. Majumdar?
हमारा
Come to your supplementary affidavits.
Your Lordship, item number 37.
Yes.
Actually, this case is to be argued by Mr. Majumdar. He is on legs before Honorable Court number 5, Your Lordship.
Come to take the brief. Come to the supplementary affidavits.
Yes, Your Lordship. Yes, Your Lordship.
Come to page 2, para 4.
That the petitioner has also been made accused in other cases, Your Lordship.
Read that.
Yes, session trial case number 101 of 2016, arising out of Telco Sundar PS case number 302 of 2014, corresponding to GR 2452 of 2014, for the offence registered under section 25(1)(b) A26 of Arms Act. In the said case, petitioner has already been acquitted by the order dated 27th of September 2018, Your Lordship. We have annexed that order also.
Yes. Where is that order? Page 9.
Page 9, Your Lordship.
Page 9. Is that order?
Page 9.
Come to page 20.
26, Your Lordship.
26. Read the last 4 lines.
Sorry. Yes, sorry, my lord. Yes, he's been being guilty. Sorry, my lord. I found and hold convict Mangal Tiwari.
To the issue notice to the Parivika who had sworn the affidavits. Who had sworn the affidavit dated 24 to 2022. So why not to be proceeded against for filing a false affidavit before this court?
If Your Lordship, I was just seeing that whether it's mistake. It's a mistake on our part, Your Lordship, but I was just seeing, it's not the mistake, it's a typing mistake, because here the notes are there that he has been convicted, Your Lordship. That's what I was just finding it out. So it's my mistake. I just feel apology, Your Lordship. It's my mistake, Your Lordship. I just feel apology, Your Lordship.
It can't
No,
be
Your Lordship, that is true, but sometimes, Your Lordship, it's a great mistake, Your Lordship. But
file an affidavit that then you have to, what you are saying, that you have to file an affidavit that at your instance this affidavit was filed and then wrong information.
No, not at my instance, Your Lordship. It's a typing mistake. By mistake, this has happened, Your Lordship. By mistake. We have annexed the judgment also. It's not that
you file an affidavit. You have to file an affidavit for that.
Yes, Your Lordship. We have annexed the order also.
File an affidavit. What you say? The statement made in paragraph so and so of the supplementary affidavit, paragraph so and so A, small one, is palpably a wrong statement in view of annexure A1.
Annexure A1, Your Lordship.
Annexure 1 of the said affidavit. Next paragraph. Mrs. Jaswinder Majumdar prays for some time to file a supplementary affidavit clarifying the same. Full stop. Prayer allowed. Leave this case after 2 weeks.
Oblige, Your Lordship.
Lordship, my humble apologies, Lordship. Lordship, in serial number 6, which was called out of turn BA 15241 of 2021, I could not appear on behalf of the state, Lordship. Lordship, I'm just praying that my appearance be noted in that matter, Lordship.
You just talk to the council.
Lordship.
What was the APP? Name of the APP? Oh, the report has been already called for. Yes, next.
From daily causes of the first half, under the heading to be mentioned, serial number 1, MA number 213 of 16, Mr. DC goes for the petitioner.
One.
In the cost title, the year of the case has wrongly been mentioned as 2015 in place of 2016. The necessary corrections to be carried out. and the IMA number 2013, and the audit in audited 22/3/2022, the heading, the case number be read as 2013 of 2016.
Under the heading for orders, serial number 2, WPS 6074 of 8, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, Mr. Saurav Varun, Mr. Krishna Shankar, Mr. Amit Kumar for the
May I please, Lord? There is
serial number 3, my lordship.
two चल रहा है, two. आज डिस्प्ले बोर्ड गड़बड़ है हुजूर, इसीलिए गड़बड़ हो रहा है, हैंग कर जा रहा है बार बार.
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
There is a interlocutory application, my lord, 2090 for substituting petitioner number 8, 10 and 14 who died during pendency of the writ petition, my lord.
What is this writ petition for?
My lord?
Which writ petition is for?
The writ petition is, my lord, filed for implementation of the agreement for giving the parallel salary to the draftman grade 1 and draftman 2 as per the central salary system. And there is another prayer, my lord, to send the matter again to the fitment committee.
Cause of action survives.
Yes, my lord.
IA number?
2090, my lord.
2090 of 2022.
My
This
lord.
application has been filed to substitute the deceased petitioner number 8. 8,
10 and 14, my lord.
8, 10 and 14 as they have died during pendency of this application. So next for the counsel for the petitioner submits that the cause of action survives and the benefit will devolve upon the legal heirs. Thus, the legal heirs be impeded by way of substitution. That's next paragraph. After going through the petition, I find that petitioner number 8 died on 23/4/2021, 10 on 31/10/2016, and 14 on 31/1/2016. First up, the petitioner number 1 has left behind page 2. Has left the petitioner number 8 has left behind. Petitioner number 10 has left behind so and so. Petitioner number 14 has left behind so and so. Considering the nature of the prayer made in the main writ application and the fact that cause of action survives, that the name of the deceased petitioners so and so be deleted, and in their place the name of the legal representative, namely so and so be incorporated. First up, this IA stands allowed. First up, the petitioners will make necessary correction in the cost title by reading within 2 weeks.
Madam. Much obliged.
We get the counsel for the state also.
serial number 3, WPS 5471 of 15, Mr. A.K. Sani.
In this case, my lordship, petitioner has got another job, my lordship, as per the instruction of the petitioner, my lordship. Hence, I may permitted to withdraw this case, my lordship.
Counsel for the petitioner on instruction of his client submits that he has been gainfully employed. He has already been gainfully employed. And not to pursue this. Considering he wants the counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner wants to withdraw this
Lordship, Lordship, my name may be noted, Lordship, estate AC2 LNC3.
No objection. Start. Mr. Vikash Kumar on instruction from Sani and the client.
Vikesh Kumar, my lordship.
Vikesh Kumar, sorry, Vikesh Kumar. Allowed, dismissed as withdrawn.
Lordship, my appearance may be noted, Lordship,
Give
for
your
the
slip.
state.
Give your slip.
Much obliged, Lordship.
Serial number 4, civil review 62 of 19. Mr. Indrajit Sinha, Mr. Ankit Vishal for the petitioner.
Lord, I'm just praying for short passover, my lord. My senior Mr. Indrajit Sinha will assist, my lord.
What is this review?
Lord, the review is against the MA order, my lord, dated 14/6/19, annexure 2 at page 65.
Yes.
Lord, there is an IA also for condonation of delay of 38 days. But what has happened that we have filed the review on time, but we have filed this by way of web copy. So thereafter we have applied for the certified.
What is the review?
Lord, yes, my lord. If my lord may come to para 3 and 4 of the order, my lord, dated 14/6/19 in MA 85 of 11.
Yes.
My lord, there is a finding that defendant number 3 is purchased the property from defendant number 1 in auction, and thereafter defendant number 3 started some construction over the purchase land, which was objected by the plaintiff, resulting in filing of the application under 39 Rule 1 and 2 of the CPC, praying for injunction.
Yes.
And that against that order was dismissed. Against that order, we have filed this MA before my lord. That MA was dismissed, but since my lord recorded at para 7, the suit was from the year 2009, and that has not been disposed of. So my lord is directed to dispose of the title suit. But till date, my lord, the title suit has not been decided. My lord, it is still pending at the evidence stage. And my lord, this review is filed only against this portion of the order, my lord, wherein there is a finding recorded that defendant number 3 has purchased and defendant number 1 has handed over the property, my lord. My lord,
Where it is that it has been handed over?
Handed over that the defendant number 3 is purchaser of the property from the
Yes.
defendant number 1. And
Where is the plate? Where is the
yes,
plate? Where is the plate?
it is in MA, my lord, in the file of MA. If my lord may grant just a short passover, my lord, my senior will assist, my lord.
Let me see. Let me see where
Yes,
there is the error happening on the face of the record. Where is the plane?
My lord, the plaint was not connected with the MA records, my lord.
So what is your case? Defendant number 3 is not the auction purchaser.
My lord, he was the auction purchaser, but not of the whole property. That I will show, my lord, by way of annexure 6 at page 80 of the MA file, my lord.
I have not stated that whole property.
Lord,
What is the suit property?
Lord, yes, my lord. If
Call Mr. Sinha. I am not sure this
yes,
matters.
my lord. Yes,
Call.
yes.
Yes.
My lord, one matter is going on, my lord.
There is no ground. There is no error.
My lord, may only consider that we have filed the supplementary in the MA. In that, my lord, there is a title suit petition. My lord. We have filed the supplementary affidavit by way of annexure 10.
Yes.
There is a plaintiff, my lord.
Yes.
At page number 7, my lord, it start as my lord got it.
What is your prayer?
Yes, my lord. Lord, prayer was at page number 16, my lord. Page number 16 of that.
Cancelling the sale deed.
Yes, my lord. Cancelling the sale deed.
What is the error apparent on the face of the record? Tell me.
Lord, the finding that is recorded that the whole of the
Finding?
property.
Finding starts from paragraph 5.
Yes, my lord. Para 4, my lord. Para 5, sorry. Para 5.
Yes. Read para 5.
Plaintiff defaulted in repaying the loan amount. The defendant number 1, Bihar State Financial Corporation, auctioned the mortgage property which was purchased by defendant number 3, and defendant number 3 started construction. Sale by the defendant number 1 to the defendant number 3 is by registered sale deed dated 12/8/9. Plaintiff is seeking to cancel the sale deed by filing the instant suit. As on date, until and unless the sale deed is cancelled, the defendant number 3 is the owner of the suit land. My lord, this portion, my lord, the fine. My lord, because my whole trial will hamper, my lord. If if the learned lower court.
No.
My lord, further, my lord, since defendant number 3 is the owner of the suit land, no injunction as on date can be granted in favor of the plaintiff, injuncting the defendant number 3 from injuring the said property.
These words cannot be read in isolation. It has to be read with the entire. You read the entire sentence.
Yes, my lord. Plaintiff is seeking to cancel
As on
the sale.
As on date. You read from that.
As on date can be granted in favor of the plaintiff,
As on date,
injuncting.
unless the deed is set aside. If the deed is not set aside, he will be the owner of the suit land.
My lord, because there was a finding of this honorable court in writ petition, my lord, may kindly see annexure 6 of the MA, my lord. If my lord may just give me 5 minutes, my lord. Just my lord may give me 5 minutes, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, annexure 6 at page 80 of the MA, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, there is an order dated 4/9/2009 in WPC 7041 or 2007. But what has happened? The private respondents has approached before this honorable court for registering the sale deed. That was not done by the respondents, my lord. So, my lord, may find at page 81. Page 81, my lord, there is a finding that has been recorded by the respondent corporation itself, my lord. So far as delivery of possession of the remaining portion of the property is concerned, it has been submitted that the same was not taken over by the respondent corporation.
These are all matter of evidence which you have to lead evidence before the trial court. Your case was under order 39, rule 1 and 2. Sorry.
Lord, there was also direction by my lords to dispose of the title suit, my lord. That has not been decided.
That is not a subject matter of review application. That is not a subject matter of review application.
My lord, if my lord is passing order, my lord, only I am praying that my lord, the trial court may be directed to expedite the process, my lord.
No. In a review application, it is absolutely beyond my jurisdiction. Where is Mr. Sinha? Tell him to join immediately.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Mr. The earlier lawyers used to run to the courtrooms. Now
I'm sorry, my lord.
The lawyer.
Such is the virtual world.
Mr. Sinha, I don't think so. Any finding, there is no finding. Everything is prima facie. Nothing affects you.
Very well. So, your lordship may only see my concern today is, despite your lordship's observation for expeditious disposal of the trial in the main judgment.
This is not a subject matter of review, Mr. Sinha.
Your Lordship may only indicate that the trial may be concluded expeditiously. That as observed. Your Lordship may only observe that. Your Lordships have already observed paragraph 7 of
The
the.
application has been filed to review the order dated 14/6/2019, passed in MA number 85 of 2011. Next one. Mr. Indrajit Sinha, Learned Counsel, appearing on behalf of the appellant, submits that the whole property has not been handed over to the defendant number 3, and the finding in paragraph number 3 and 4 will adversely affect the petitioner, the appellants, before the trial court in the suit. Full stop. Next paragraph. From perusal of paragraph 3 and 3, 4, and 5 of the impugned, or 3 and 5, 3, 4, and 5, 3 and 5 of the order dated 14/6/2019, passed in MA number 85 of 11, which is sought to be reviewed. I find that nowhere it has been mentioned that the entire land has been handed over to the petitioner, handed over to the appellant. Full stop. The court the suit was filed for cancellation of the sale deed, and the subject matter of the disputed property is only restricted to the sale deed, for which an injunction was sought, regarding which the injunction was sought for. Full stop. Thus, next one. Thus, I find no error which is apparent on the face of the record, which needs interference. This MA is dismissed. Full stop. It is expected that the direction in paragraph 7 should be complied with.
Obliged.
How much cost?
My lord, 0 rupees. 0 rupees, my lord.
You give 0, I add something more beyond that. Four
No,
figures.
my lord, may not add.
Above it. Unnecessary. Unnecessary file these applications.
There's a delay also in 30.
Delay control.
13. Wait.
Yes, next.
Under the heading for admission, serial number 5, WPS 5361 of 2008, Mr. Ashok Kumar for the petitioner.
In this case, I have given no objection, my lord. My submission be noted, my lord.
Who is appearing?
Still, Wakalat Tama has not filed, so I cannot say, my lord, who is appear before my lord.
Mr. Mahesh Sinha, you will appear.
My lord, for the respondent, my lord.
You are for the respondent.
My lord.
The petitioner is from Bihar.
Yes, my lord. He is Bihar now. He is retired, my lord.
What was the prayer?
Making prayer for payment of arrear of salary for a certain period, lordship, that is from 1st of April 2000 to 25th of June 2002, lordship. He used to be an employee of Bihar Cooperative Land Development Bank, lordship. He was made to voluntarily retire, lordship. Thereafter, he challenged that order of termination, lordship, and that was set aside by the Honorable High Court, White, CWJC 2789 of 2000, lordship. This order was very much challenged by the bank up to the Honorable Apex Court, lordship, and all those orders were affirmed, lordship. And the Honorable Apex Court did not find any illegality in the order passed by the Honorable Single Judge. Later on, lordship, he was given posting in Jamui, lordship, and later on, after spending many years, lordship, he got superannuated in the year 2007, lordship. After that, lordship, he has filed a representation before the Managing Director, Bihar State Cooperative Land Development Bank Committee, Patna, lordship.
consideration of his grievances, Your Lordship. So far, at this juncture, I just may be permitted to draw Your Lordship attention to annexure 5, page number 27 for a moment, Lordship.
Yes, yes.
I may be permitted to read the second paragraph, annexure 5, page number 27. I'm reading, Lordship. Paragraph 2. माननीय उच्च न्यायालय द्वारा दिनांक 10/6/2002 पारित आदेश में बैंक के उक्त आदेश को निरस्त कर दिया गया। माननीय उच्च न्यायालय द्वारा पारित आदेश के अनुपालन में श्री शर्मा का योगदान स्वीकार कर लिया गया एट जमुई लॉर्डशिप तथा योगदान की तिथि से इन्हें कार्यरत अवधि का वेतन भुगतान हो रहा है। इस क्रम में भी शर्मा द्वारा अनिवार्य सेवानिवृत्त अवधि का वेतन आदि का भुगतान हेतु दावा किया गया है। अनिवार्य सेवानिवृत्ति अवधि 1 अप्रैल 2002, 25 जून 2002 तक का वेतन भुगतान।
How can you deny salary for this period when
they have denied on the ground?
Yes.
The rational lordship for denying him to just make payment regarding the area of salary was that since he has not worked for that period, so
did he voluntarily not work, or he was stopped at your instance?
This has to be answered by the bank. This has to be answered by the contesting 4 and 5 lordship.
Who is for the bank?
I for the bank, my lord. First of all, my lord, the writ application filed by the petitioner, my lord, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, my lord, because the petitioner was posted at Jamui, my lord, and any grievance of the petitioner against the Bhumi Vikas Bank, Patna, my lord. So there is jurisdiction of Patna High Court, my lord. First of all, my lord,
No, he's superannuated from Jamui.
My lord.
And he worked at Jamui.
Jamui in the Bihar, my lord.
That finds mention at Annexure 6, Lordship.
Yes.
4 lines of their order, Lordship. Annexure 6 is number 30 mechanism. He got superannuated on 31st of October 2007. This has been stated by him in his representation by this judge. Lordship. And since then, he's waiting for his payment.
He's superannuated from Jamui, that is in Bihar. Where was the earlier order?
Earlier order, my lord. Annexure page 26, my lord. Annexure 4.
So how this writ was entertained? How this writ was entertained? How Annexure 3 was entertained? You are appearing, Mr. Sinha, in Annexure 3. How it was entertained? Yes, all the applications were filed at Ranchi. Annexure 1 is also at Ranchi. Yes. Mr. Mahesh Sinha. all the writ applications, even the writ application which had set aside his compulsory retirement, voluntary retirement, was at Ranchi, was filed at High Court of Jharkhand, Ranchi. Yes. Switch on, Mr. Sinha, switch on your microphone. Yes, Mr. Sinha, tell me.
उच्च न्यायालय झारखंड द्वारा पारित आदेश दिनांक 30
Now, Mr. Sinha, you are taking a ground of jurisdiction. Now, all the orders were passed by this court. Then?
At the time of filing this is application, my only prayer, my lord, the filing of this is application, the petitioner was posted at Jamui, my lord.
No, maybe.
Perhaps, my lord. The residential residence in Nevada, my lord.
See. This prayer made in this writ application is consequential prayer to that of Annexure 1.
My lord.
Annexure 1 has been passed by the Jharkhand High Court.
My lord.
Then
Annexure 4 was passed also by the Jharkhand.
Then, and now tell me, why will you not pay the salary for this period? His order for compulsory retirement was set aside, holding it not applicable. Then it was he who was not work. The no work, no pay will not apply.
My lord. Annexure 5, my lord.
Absolutely wrong order. Absolutely wrong order.
Then lordship.
Again, no one appears on behalf of the petitioner. But I have heard the counsel for the respondent, state and the bank, and I've gone through the entire petition. Next one. After going through the petition and hearing the counsel for the respondents, I am of the opinion that this case can be disposed of. First off, the petitioner has challenged Annexure 5 at page 27. First off, by the aforesaid annexure, his claim for salary for the period 1/4/2000 to 25/6/2002 has been denied by respondent number
Bank, my lord.
4 and 5. First off. Next part. The dispute lies in a very narrow compass. First off. The petitioner was an employee of
Bihar Cooperative Land Development.
State Cooperative Land Development Bank, Patna.
Well,
Within bracket bank, herein referred to as the bank. Full stop. He was compulsorily retired from service with effect from 31st March 2000. In terms of by invoking Rule 74 within bracket B within bracket Roman 2 of the Bihar Service Code of 1952. Full stop. The said order was challenged by the petitioner before the Honorable High Court of Jharkhand, Ranchi, in CWJC 2789 of 2000 R. First off, this Honorable Court by order dated 10/6/2002 allowed the writ application by setting aside the order of compulsory retirement after holding that the said provision of law which was relied upon by the respondent is not applicable so far as this petition is concerned. Full stop. The aforesaid order was challenged. Yes, Mr. Purnanda Sharat, the said order was challenged.
Yes, Lordship, it was challenged through LPA number 431 of 2002 before the Honorable Jharkhand High Court, Lordship.
431 of 2000?
2002, Lordship.
Where is that order? Have you annexed it?
No, Lordship. There is only mentioning of that, Lordship, LPA. Annexure 4, page number 26. Maybe kindly say for a moment, Lordship. Sixth line, Lordship, the order sheet.
Okay. The aforesaid order was challenged in latest petition appeal number 431 of 2002 before this court by the bank, which was also dismissed. Full stop. The special leave petition being SLP within bracket C, then CC 2909 of 2003 was filed, which was also dismissed. Full stop. Thus, it is an admitted fact that the compulsory retirement of the petitioner was set aside and attained finality. It is the case of the petitioner that he immediately gave his joining and thereafter he was transferred. It is the case of the petitioner that he was able to receive salary for the period he was forcefully retired compulsorily. That is from 1/4/2002, 1/4/2000 till 25/6/2002. Full stop. The petitioner thereafter prayed for salary for the aforesaid period and approached this court, approached Jharkhand High Court, Honorable High Court of Jharkhand at Ranchi by filing WPS number 7148 of 2006. Full stop. This court directed the managing director to take a decision and pass a reasoned order on the claim. Full stop. While Annexure 5, that is impugned order, dated so and so, bearing number 3985, a decision was taken and the claim of the petitioner was rejected. Full stop. The ground for rejection is that there's a financial crunch in the bank, financial crunch so far as the bank is concerned, and the period has been treated as no period, that is from 1/4/2000 to 25/6/2002 has been treated as no work, no pay. This aforesaid order is under challenge in this writ application. Next paragraph. Counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner and the respondent bank admits all the aforesaid facts. Full stop. The counsel for the bank submits that since the petitioner actually did not work from 1/4/2000 to 25/6/2002, he is not entitled for salary. Full stop. He also submits that this writ application before the Honorable Jharkhand High Court is not maintained. Next paragraph. So far as the maintainability is concerned, I find that all the previous writ applications and latest patent appeal for the same cause of for the similar cause of action was filed before this Honorable High Court, which was never challenged. Full stop. The order by which the petitioner was compulsorily retired was also set aside by this High Court, and the claim for wages of that said period is nothing but a consequential prayer pursuant to setting aside of the aforesaid order of compulsory retirement. Thus, this court feels that this court has jurisdiction to entertain this writ application. First up, next paragraph. So far as treating the period from 1/4/2000 to 25/6/2002 as no work, no pay is concerned, this court finds that the petitioner was forced not to work during the aforesaid period. Petitioner was forced by the respondent bank not to work for the aforesaid period, as he was compulsorily retired on 25th March 2000. First up, this order was challenged before this High Court, which was set aside by allowing the writ application on 10/6/2002. So thereafter, the petitioner immediately joined, and the petitioner was transferred also. This clearly suggests that the concept of no work, no pay will not be applicable in the facts of this case. First up, as the respondents did not allow the petitioner to work, the respondents cannot reap benefit of their own wrong. First up, the respondents are duty bound to pay the salary of the petitioner from the period for the period 1/4/2000 to 25/6/2002. First up, the reason it's given in the impugned order is bad and cannot be sustained in the eye of law. Thus is set aside. So thus the impugned order is set aside. The respondent bank, and further, a cash crunch, financial crunch cannot be a ground to withhold a due of an employee, withhold a legitimate due of an employee. Full stop. Thus the impugned order is set aside. The respondent bank is directed to make payment to the petitioner of his salaries for the periods and other monetary benefits for the period so and so to so and so. This writ application stands alone.
Section 5 and 5(1), both directions are the impugned.
Set aside. I will set aside.
My name,
give you a slip.
Serial number 6, WPS 5489 of 2009. Mr. Devakant Roy, Mr. Abhijit Kumar Singh for the petitioner.
Yes.
On the last occasion, my lord, direction was given to state, my lord.
Yes, state.
My lords, I got the file, my lords.
Yes. What is the prayer? Yes, what is the instruction?
My lords, my instructions, well, the petitioner is not working, my lords, and he was died, my lords.
Yes.
Not even the respondent number 7 is died, my lords, and the appointment is for a temporary period, my lords.
The respondent number 7 is dead. Yes, Mr. Vijay Kumar Singh.
Then, my lord, cause of action, my lord, now does not.
In this writ application, the petitioner has challenged the appointment of respondent number 7 as the same being arbitrary and illegal. Full stop. Next one. During course of argument, Mr. Srinu Ganpati, SC3,
my lords,
on instruction submits that respondent number 7 is already dead. Full stop. Considering this state submission, this court is of the opinion that this court is of the view that the cause of action doesn't survive. Full stop. Next para. If in future any advertisement is issued, the petitioner may apply for the state post for the post. Full stop. If he is found eligible for making such application. Disposed of. Serial number 7, WPS 3061 of 10, Mr. Rahul Kumar, Mr. Prabhat Singh.
Yes. Who is appearing?
I'm appearing for the state, my lord.
Yes. Wait for the petitioner. Where is Rahul Kumar? Gauri Shankar Prasad. Where is Mr. Gauri Shankar Prasad? Rahul Kumar. Where is Rahul Kumar? Correct, Mr. Rahul Kumar. Mr. Rahul Kumar. Connect him immediately. Where is Gauri Shankar Prasad?
Milords, I tender apology, Milords. Serial number 7, Milords.
Yes.
Milords, I tender.
Tell
Milords,
me.
although the name, my name is there, Milords, but it is with my old office associates are there, Milords. I have just informed them, Milords.
Tell them.
Milords, I have just intimated them, Milords. They will, Milords. Milords, it may be passed over for 1 or 2 cases, Milords. I'll just, Milords, intimate them.
मतलब अपना 5 मिनट ही है वो और लेकर तो बच्चे हमारा 5 मिनट आ जाइएगा
Who is for the state?
State, my lord. I'm appearing for the state, my lord.
Yes, what do you have to say?
My lord, he has challenged the termination order contained in Annexure 8, my lord. And we have filed counter affidavit in this matter, my lord.
What is your
My
stand?
lord, please see para 17 of my counter affidavit, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, page number 12, I am reading from the last para. Report of the executive engineer has been annexed, my lord, in annexure A, my lord. And he has been found guilty of unadjusted advance of to the tune of rupees 25 crores, my lord.
This is a report.
My lord, this is the report, my lord.
This is in a departmental proceeding, or is it
No, my
internal?
lord, inquiry committee, my lord.
Now tell me, you remove your employee. What are the methods of removing an employee from service? What are the
My
modes and
lord,
methods of removing a government employee from service?
my lord, Prapatra K had been issued to him, my lord.
Prapatraka. What is Prapatraka?
Charge memo, my lord.
So you initiate a departmental proceeding against him.
My lord, we have initiated
Have
departmental
you concluded the
proceeding.
departmental proceeding? Have you concluded the departmental proceeding?
My lord, we have concluded the departmental
What is
proceeding.
that?
My lord, may I see page 90 of the writ application, my lord.
Page
Annexure
90.
A. Yes, my lord.
Yes, read that.
इनके विरुद्ध सरकारी राशि के दुरुपयोग गबन के काफी मुकदमे लंबित हैं। इनकी सेवा अत्यंत असंतोषप्रद है एवं विकास में बाधक है।
Are you understanding what the question I am putting to you?
My lord, I understand that show cause had been called for and he has not submitted show cause, my lord.
From where are you stating this? You are assisting counsel to?
My lord.
You are assisting counsel to?
SC4, my lord.
Who is SC4?
In the Neel Bhaduri, my lord.
Call him.
Excuse me, I will call. I am calling him, my lord.
Call him. Yes, Mr. Bhaduri.
My lord.
How can a government servant be removed from his service? What are the modes and procedure?
My lord, first, my lord, the explanation will be called for against the departmental proceeding. Then charge memo will be issued. Against the charge memo, my lord, one explanation will be called for. If the explanation is not found satisfactory, then one inquiry officer will be appointed, and then departmental proceeding will be initiated.
This is
After
one way.
submission of, yes.
This is one way of removing. The another way of removing is 74B.
My lord.
Now read annexure 8. This is a new type of mode of removal from service.
Yes, my lord.
Read that.
Well, I'm reading the whole, my lord.
I have read already. You read it.
Oh, my lord.
You understand and then argue.
मल उपयुक्त विषय के संबंध में कहना है कि ललन कुमार चौधरी अस्थायी सहायक अभियंता जिला परिषद चतरा को विभिन्न योजनाएं के कार्यान्वयन में बरती गई अनियमितता के आलोक में सचिव पंचायती राज एनआरईपी विशेष प्रमंडल विभाग झारखंड रांची के आदेश संख्या 78 ज्ञापांक 1173 ग्रामीण दिनांक 23/12/2009 के प्रभाव से निलंबित है। श्री चौधरी
Underline these three lines. Underline these three words. So and so underline it.
My lord.
Then they can read. Next
Yes,
line.
yes. चौधरी के विरुद्ध विभागीय कार्रवाई प्रारंभ करने हेतु श्री गणेश प्रसाद अधिसूचित निदेशक पंचायती राज झारखंड रांची को संचालन पदाधिकारी तथा उप विकास आयुक्त सह मुख्य कार्यपालक पदाधिकारी जिला परिषद चतरा को प्रस्तोता पदाधिकारी नियुक्त किया गया है।
Underline this also.
यस माय
Read next. Read next.
उक्त आदेश के आलोक में कार्रवाई जारी है।
Underline this boldly.
This also needs to be underlined.
Underline boldly.
My lord.
Yes, then go on read.
इस संबंध में पत्रांक 1145 गोपनीय दिनांक 22/8/2009 द्वारा प्रतिवेदित किया गया है कि आरोपों एवं साक्ष्यों के आधार पर प्रपत्र का गठित कर सचिव पंचायत NREP झारखंड रांची को प्रेषित किया गया है। विभिन्न आरोपों से श्री चौधरी के विरुद्ध हंटरगंज थाना कांड संख्या 38/2001 dated 29/3/2001, 39/2001 dated 29/3/2001.
Skip the numbers.
My lord.
Skip the numbers. Keep the case number. There are 4 or 5 cases pending.
Yes, my lord. निगरानी ब्यूरो रांची के परिवारवाद 230/6-142 dated such and such निगरानी ब्यूरो जांच कर रही है। निदेशक पंचायत झारखंड रांची के पत्र के आलोक में जिला परिषद हजारीबाग में अनियमितता से संबंधित कांड संख्या 256/96 अन्य आरोपों के विरुद्ध आरोप पत्र गठित कर विभागीय कार्रवाई प्रारंभ है।
Underline this.
My lord. तत्कालीन उप विकास आयुक्त एवं जिला अभियंता के प्रतिवेदन के अनुसार श्री चौधरी 7 करोड़ रुपया अग्रिम है। चौधरी पर 7 करोड़ रुपया अग्रिम है, जिसमें अधिकांश राशि वे योजनाओं के हैं जो सरकार द्वारा बहुत पहले बंद कर दी गई है। ये राशि काफी दिनों से श्री चौधरी के पास लंबित है, जिससे गबन की संभावना बनती है।
Underline this संभावना बनती है।
जी संभावना बनती है। अपर समाहर्ता चतरा के द्वारा जांच प्रतिवेदन के अनुसार श्री चौधरी पर 1.5 करोड़ रुपये असमायोजित है, जिसके कारण श्री चौधरी को अतिरिक्त अन्य संबंधित अभियंताओं के विरुद्ध अनुमंडल पदाधिकारी चतरा द्वारा थाना में प्राथमिकी कांड संख्या 139/09 दिनांक इतना को कराई गई है। कल्याण विभाग द्वारा संचालित बिरसा मुंडा आवास योजना कार्य में अनियमितता बढ़ते जाने एवं राशि गबन किए जाने तथा अनुसूचित जनजाति को प्रताड़ित करने के आरोप में जिला कल्याण पदाधिकारी चतरा द्वारा प्राथमिकी दर्ज कराई गई है, जिसका कांड संख्या 141/2009 दिनांक 27/6/2009 है। निलंबन के पश्चात श्री चौधरी के विरुद्ध विभागीय कार्रवाई चल रही है।
Underline this.
यस। उपयुक्त तथ्यों से स्पष्ट होता है कि श्री चौधरी, जिनकी सेवा बिल्कुल अस्थायी है, ये अपने पूरे सेवा काल में सरकारी नियमों का उल्लंघन करते हैं, जिसके विरुद्ध सरकारी राशि का दुरुपयोग किया गया है। वर्तमान में लगभग 28 करोड़ रुपए योजना का कार्य श्री चौधरी के कार्यकलाप के कारण विकास अवरुद्ध है। Now, my lord, one thing is to be underlined here also, my lord. In this order it says this सरकारी बिल्कुल इनकी सेवा बिल्कुल अस्थायी है। Is not.
What do you mean by अस्थायी? कितना साल से for how many years he is working? If he is अस्थायी, then why have you initiated a departmental proceeding?
That is the question, my lord. I am not, my lord, defending this. It is also important.
All your services, your regular employment is all you mark as is not confirmed, unconfirmed.
My lord.
Asthayi means this is not irregular appointment or illegal appointment or temporary appointment. These are not confirmed by virtue of your orders. And
My
if it is not confirmed for the entire period of their service career.
My lord, in the counter affidavit, somewhere the respondent had said it's an old file. Somewhere respondent said the government has not confirmed his service.
For how many years he is working?
Kitna date of appointment?
Date of appointment?
My lord,
What is the date of appointment of this petition?
My lord,
His service was regularized.
Selection committee.
It was referred to selection committee, but no decision was taken. That is the case.
Now, then how he's working since 83?
My lord.
And this order is 2010.
10.
Why have you taken work if he is unconfirmed or is not fit from 83 to 2010? How do you initiate a departmental proceeding? Departmental proceeding is initiated against in view of in terms of the Jharkhand Service Code or Bihar Service Code. Bihar Service Code is applicable against to whom?
Against the regular employee, my lord.
Then read thereafter. Considering all these things, you remove him from service just because the chief secretary says that remove him. Without the departmental proceeding is pending.
But one thing is, my lord, one thing is also important. Lordship, may kindly see page 19 of the same letter.
Yes.
The last line, Lordship.
Yes.
उक्त तथ्यों के आलोक में श्री ललन चौधरी अस्थायी सहायक अभियंता जिला परिषद चतरा को सेवा मुक्त करने की अनुशंसा की जाती है. मतलब it is not the termination order, it is just the recommendation for his termination.
So now tell me, have you dismissed him or not in view of this recommendation?
My lord, after that, my lord, in this counter affidavit, nothing is there, my lord. I admit. And petitioner, my lord, is also considering this as the termination order.
So then give a statement that we will proceed and we will conclude the departmental proceeding, and what will happen in the departmental proceeding will be full and final. Whether the departmental proceeding.
My lord, one thing is also important, my lord. When this letter says the departmental proceeding is pending, so departmental proceeding is to be concluded. Thereafter, some decision will be taken.
Tell me whether it is concluded or not next week.
Can I, my lord, pray for 3 weeks time, my lord? It's an old case.
Next week.
At least 2 weeks time. 2 weeks time.
Is this case next week? When the
my lord, earlier, my lord, I was the counsel on behalf of the petitioner Lalan Chaudhary, my lord. He is not in contact with him, my lord, since long, my lord. So I have to make a contact with him, your lordship. Some time may be given, my lord. More.
Not necessary.
He will defend himself, my lord. At least I should convey the fact, my lord, to him, my lord.
That is up to you. Mr. Indranil Sinha, SC.
My lord, Indranil Bhaduri, SC4.
Indranil Bhaduri, SC4 will seek instruction from the state and will inform whether the Annexure 8 has been given effect to or not. Whether the recommendation in Annexure 8 has been given effect to or not. Also, further, he will also inform this court about the status of the departmental proceeding initiated against the petitioner.
My lord.
It's next week.
Obliged.
Serial number 8, WPS 7214 of 2011. Mr. Sudhir Kumar Sinha, Mr. Mukesh Kumar, Mr. Vishi Pallava, or the petitioner.
May I please, Lordship?
Yes.
Lordship, matter is related to cancellation of selection of para teacher. Before moving further, Lordship, by the order dated 3/5/2019, Jharkhand Education Project Council has been made party by the Lordship's order. Copy has been served to him twice, Lordship, once on 5th of May 2019 and second by the order of the Lordship, last order on 3rd of March.
Where is your termination letter?
Lordship, kindly see the page number, Annexure 4, page 21. Prior to that, the background is this. The Lordship, I have been selected, I was working. One complaint was made by one Manoj Shah, and thereafter the High Court, he moved before the High Court. Honorable High Court remanded back the matter before the DC, and DC passed the order, that is the Annexure 3, page 90. And thereafter, I have been terminated.
Read.
Lordship, Annexure 3 I am reading, Lordship. Page order of the DC, Lordship, page 19. माननीय उच्च न्यायालय झारखंड द्वारा रीट याचिका संख्या सच एंड मनोज शाह बनाम झारखंड राज्य एवं अन्य में दिनांक 9/7/2010 को पारित के आदेश के आलोक में आवेदक मनोज शाह द्वारा अभिवादन समर्पित किया गया। आवेदक द्वारा अभिवादन में कहा गया कि दिनांक 22/8/2008 को टोला विगवा खांड ग्राम सगमा थाना धुरकी में पारा शिक्षक के चयन हेतु आम सभा आयोजित की गई थी, जिसमें आवेदक सहित 6 उम्मीदवार द्वारा आवेदन पत्र समर्पित किया गया था। प्रार्थी की योग्यता उम्मीदवारों अधिक थी, फिर भी कम योग्यता धारी का चयन किया गया। आवेदक से अनुरोध किया गया है कि सरकार द्वारा बहाली से संबंधित जो मार्गदर्शिका है उसके अवहेलना आम सभा में की गई, अतः इसे रद्द करते हुए आयोजक की नियुक्ति पर विचार किया जाए। सुनवाई हेतु आयोजक एवं प्रतिवादी सुरेंद्र तुरिया एवं रामप्रीत सिंह को नोटिस निर्गत कर सुनवाई की गई। श्री सुरेंद्र तुरिया एवं श्री रामप्रीत सिंह ने स्पष्ट किया कि दिनांक 2/8/2008 को आम सभा की बैठक आयोजित की गई थी तथा आम सभा की बैठक में अन्य आवेदनकर्ता यथा मुख्तार आलम के शैक्षणिक प्रमाण पत्र गाजीपुर का होना तथा श्री शशि शेखर यादव का निवास स्थान 2 जगह होने के कारण श्री मनोज शाह द्वारा हंगामा किया गया। प्रतिवादी के अनुसार श्री मनोज शाह ने स्पष्ट किया कि श्री रामप्रीत सिंह जो आदिवासी विकलांग हैं तथा श्री सुरेंद्र तुरिया हरिजन एवं गरीब है का शिक्षा मित्र के रूप में चयन किया जाता है तो उन्हें आपत्ति नहीं है। इस पर श्री शशि शेखर यादव और श्री मुख्तार आलम द्वारा सहमति जताई गई। यही कारण है कि प्रतिवादी श्री सुरेंद्र तुरिया एवं रामप्रीत सिंह का चयन किया गया। संचिका में आम सभा की कार्रवाई एवं संलग्न कागजातों के अवलोकन से निम्नांकित तथ्य स्पष्ट होता है। दिनांक 28/2/2008 को आयोजित आम सभा में श्री मनोज शाह आवेदक उपस्थित थे। इनके द्वारा अभ्यर्थी के रूप में आवेदन पत्र समर्पित किया गया था। इनके अतिरिक्त श्री मुख्तार आलम एवं शशि शेखर यादव भी आम सभा में उपस्थित थे। आम सभा की कार्रवाई से स्पष्ट है कि 2 से ज्यादा अभ्यर्थी का आवेदन प्राप्त हुआ जिसे आवेदन पत्र में पंजी में संधारित किया गया। सर्वसम्मति से श्री रामप्रीत सिंह पिता सचन सच एवं सुरेंद्र सिंह पिता सचन सच को शिक्षा मित्र के रूप में चयन किया गया। किन कारणों से अन्य अभ्यर्थियों के आवेदन पत्र को स्वीकृत नहीं किया गया है, किन कारणों से रामप्रीत सिंह एवं सुरेंद्र तुरिया का चयन किया गया है, इसका उल्लेख पंजी में नहीं किया गया है। कार्रवाई से इस बात की अभी तक जानकारी नहीं मिलती है कि किस अभ्यर्थी ने अपना आवेदन पत्र वापस लिया है। निष्कर्ष, उपरोक्त तथ्यों के अवलोकन से स्पष्ट होता है कि ग्राम शिक्षा समिति द्वारा चयन प्रक्रिया में पारदर्शिता नहीं अपनाई गई तथा आयोजक के आवेदन पत्र को अस्वीकृत करने का कोई कारण भी नहीं दिया गया तथा प्रतिपक्ष को नियुक्ति करने का आधार भी स्पष्ट नहीं लिखा गया है। अतः आम सभा द्वारा लिए गए निर्णय को निरस्त करते हुए सुरेंद्र तुरिया एवं रामप्रीत सिंह का चयन तत्काल प्रभाव से निरस्त किया जाता है तथा पुनः आम सभा आयोजित कर पुनः नियुक्ति का आदेश दिया जाता है, निर्देशित किया जाता है जिला शिक्षा अधीक्षक गढ़वा द्वारा उक्त नियम के
What is wrong in this order?
Pardon, Your Lordship?
What is wrong in this order?
Your Lordship, kindly see, I have been selected by the Am Sabha.
This was absolutely wrong without any basis. What is the ground when you are selected, Mr. Counsel, when you are selected and you are not the only candidate, that means the others have been rejected. There must be a ground for your selection and there must be a ground for their rejection. What are these?
My Lord, even this order is not speaking. This order has only stated, even if he has gone through the Panji and he has not stated in his rejection order that is the order 6 candidate इनका number ज़्यादा था ये यहाँ कहते.
Why should he? It was the duty of the Am Sabha to record all these things. He has found no such recording.
Apart from that, Your Lordship, the rule doesn't only says that the person who is having the only higher mark that he has been given appointment.
What does the rule say? Who has to be given appointment? At the whims of 2% of the locality?
No, Your Lordship, kindly see. Apart from that, the after cancellation annexure.
Show me the rule.
Annexure 1, Your Lordship.
Yes, let us see the rule.
Page 16.
Page 16. Show me the rule. Who has to be appointed?
स्थानीयता पहले देखना है माय लॉर्ड. पारा शिक्षक का चयन स्थानीयता माय लॉर्ड गॉट इट.
स्थानीयता देखना है, न्यूनतम मिनिमम क्वालिफिकेशन देखना है,
मिनिमम क्वालिफिकेशन देखना है.
अधिमानता, व्हाट इज अधिमानता?
सामान्य योग्यता की स्थिति में महिला उद्यमियों को प्राथमिकता दी जाएगी।
Preference. Now, while choosing those two person, while choosing you at the time of your choice, nothing was mentioned about this Thaniyata and Nyunatam Yogyata. There has to be a tabular chart depicting the numbers of all the person who have appeared and how you are selected. And there should be a finding that you are meritorious and more meritorious than other. There has to be a comparative chart. There is nothing which is apparent from the impugned order.
But
Just
even they have filed, let's see, 5 to 6 counter affidavit. They have not annexed that Aam Sabha meeting register in the counter affidavit also, let's see.
Mr. Counsel, it's a writ application.
My lord.
You have to establish your right and you have to establish your own case. You cannot take this.
Apart from that, kindly see the annexure 5. Apart from the merit, you lord see, the concept of the para teacher, ki the person should be related to the locality so that ki there should be enthusiasm to the persons to go to the school and take the primary education. Now, after their dismissal, altogether, you lordship will find as many as more than 100. It is more about 156 villagers of the village have given my cancellation is wrong. He has been selected by the
selection was right. Then the question of your cancellation will come. First, show me that your selection is right.
They have kindly see the order itself. They have इसमें उन्होंने लिखा है सर्वसम्मति से श्री रामप्रीत सिंह पिता श्री ठगन सिंह सुरेंद्र पुरिया पिता.
Mr. Counsel, if this is not an election process which is going on, that the majority elects and so you will be selected. There is a procedure. There has to be a comparative table. This is a case of selection. Your selection was wrong. This is not a question of election. There is a difference between selection and election. You have not been elected. You have been selected.
My lord.
So
after that, your lordship, Honorable Court has passed one order on 29/6/2017.
In this writ application.
In this writ application.
I am finally hearing it. Those are interlocutory orders.
My lord, in that Honorable Court had asked for the detail ki how many working are on.
Not necessary. This is 226. I don't have to make any roving inquiry and all these things. This I am exercising 226.
In paragraph 6, they have said that their appointment letter was by the BEO. Paragraph 12 of the counter said that BEO has no power to issue the appointment letter. I will tell you the counter.
What is the order 99/2010 which you have challenged? Annexure 4. Read that.
Annexure 4, your lordship. Annexure.
Read that.
Yes, your lordship. उपयुक्त विषयक अंकित कहना है कि माननीय उच्च न्यायालय झारखंड द्वारा रिट याचिका संख्या इतना में श्री मनोज शाह बनाम झारखंड राज्य एवं अन्य में दिनांक 9/7/2010 के आलोक में आवेदक श्री मनोज शाह द्वारा अभिवादन समर्पित किया गया था, जिसके आलोक में उपायुक्त गढ़वा द्वारा दिनांक 16/12/2010 को आदेश पारित किया कि ग्राम शिक्षा समिति द्वारा चयन प्रक्रिया में पारदर्शिता नहीं अपनाई गई है तथा आवेदक मनोज शाह के आवेदन को अस्वीकृत करने का कारण भी नहीं दिया गया है तथा प्रतिपक्ष की नियुक्ति का आधार स्पष्ट नहीं है। अतः दिनांक 16/12/2010 के आदेश के आलोक में 9 प्राथमिक विद्यालय बिगवा खंड सगमा धुरकी के पारा शिक्षक श्री सुरेंद्र तुरिया और श्री रामप्रीत सिंह को चयन तत्काल प्रभाव से निरस्त किया जाता है।
So what is wrong in this? Tell me.
You know, I have worked for more than 2 years by the selection of the Aam Sabha, you lordship.
Selection or election?
They have selected me, you lordship.
On what basis you have been selected?
Your reason that has been taken care that has I was stated before the learned DC.
Just a minute. In your writ application, have you said how many candidates were there? Have you said that you are more meritorious than the other candidates, as you have received XYZ marks in matric or so and so, or class 8, and the others have obtained less marks than you? Have you said this?
No, my lord. On the ground of my handicappedness and the villagers, even the Manoj Kumar Saab was angry that time.
But the villagers says that So he's ending handicapped, he is to be appointed. Show me the rules which says that the handicapped should be appointed irrespective of his other qualification.
No, that is not there, Your Lordship.
Post is reserved there. Then
the rule says only about the स्थानीयता के लिए उसमें कहता है कि
स्थानीयता and not only स्थानीयता and minimum qualification.
Minimum qualification I am having here. For the higher qualification there is a प्राथमिकता, Your Lordship. प्राथमिकता अगर हुजूर केवल higher qualification और स्थानीयता देखना है, there was no use of any आम सभा एप्लीकेशन. हम लोग रेस्पोंडेंट के अथॉरिटी के पास जाते, दे कॉम्पिटिटिव चार्ट बनाते और उनका सिलेक्शन करके उनका अपॉइंटमेंट कर देते. There was no use of any आम सभा. Once play of the role of the आम सभा come कि whether the person who is selected having person of the good moral character, whether he is accepted by the villagers or not, because ये प्राथमिक शिक्षा का हुजूर, ये प्राथमिक शिक्षक की बहाली का नहीं है. उनको है कि मोटिवेट करना है कि उनके बिरादरी के लोग हैं, उनके सामने के लोग हैं तो आ जाए.
Were you the only candidate?
I was not the only candidate. Altogether 6.
Altogether, how many candidates?
There were 6 candidates that has taken note in the judgment, Your Lordship.
What was the reason for disqualifying the other 4?
Even if Your Lordship, the impugned order of the DC, Your Lordship, that
it was not mentioned.
Mentioned, Your Lordship.
So it was necessary to mention. Okay, heard the counsel for the petitioner, heard the counsel for the state and the respondents. Good stuff. The petitioner has challenged the order dated 9/9/2011 contained in memo number 1062 issued by the district superintendent of education district
program officer
Sharva Shiksha Abhijan Garhwa, whereby on the selection process of appointment of para teacher by which the petitioners were appointed has been set aside. We'll start. Next paragraph. It is the case of the petitioners that they were engaged as para teacher of new primary school, Bikuakhand, Dhurki, on 28/2/2008. It is their case that they had submitted an application before the Gram Sabha, which selected them. And they were working. Let's start. Since there was some dispute raised by another contender, namely Manoj Shah, Manoj Shah approached this honorable court by filing a writ application being WPS number 5657 of 2008, challenging the appointment of these 2 petitioners. The said writ application was disposed of on 9/7/2010, whereby Manoj Shah was directed to represent before the authority concerned, before the Deputy Commissioner Garhwa, raising all the pleas. Manoj Shah thereafter raised this grievance and the matter was inquired into by the Deputy Commissioner Garhwa. The Deputy Commissioner Garhwa, after hearing the petitioners and Manoj Shah, passed an order dated 16/12/2020. Full stop. Within bracket likhi annexure 3. Full stop. Considering the said reports, the impugned order within bracket annexure 4 was passed relieving the petitioners on the ground that the selection process by which the petitioners were selected was opaque, and no reasons were assigned as to why the petitioners were appointed and the others were eliminated. Next slide. Challenging the aforesaid order, the petitioner has approached this call. Next slide. The counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner had worked for 2 long years and thereafter suddenly they were removed. First off, the petitioner it is his case that the Amsava has duly selected the petitioner after considering the aspects and as per the rule, and thus the impugned order is absolutely bad. He contends that even Manoj Shah accepted that he has got no objection if the petitioners are appointed. Full stop. Next slide. Mr. Krishna Murari, appearing on behalf of the respondent, submits that the appointment on behalf of Jharkhand Education Project and Mr. Jagdish, appearing on behalf of the state, submits that the appointment of the petitioners were erroneous, and in fact, the appointing authority, who is the appointing authority?
Your Lordship, after the 2009 Act, Your Lordship, the Village Education Committee and approved by the Block Education Officer, Your Lordship.
This appointment agreement should have been by the Village Education Committee. Paragraph 6, he says that I was appointed by the Block Education Officer, which is wrong. We'll see paragraph 12 of the counter affidavit.
He says that he was appointed by the Block Education Officer. This was by the Block Education Officer without the recommendation of the Village Education Committee.
That is not specific. The appointment letter should have been by the Village Education Committee.
The appointment letter should have been issued by the Village Education Committee and not by the Block Education Officer, which is an illegality. After hearing the parties, I have gone through the records. Full stop. The facts which has been narrated in paragraph so and so is an admitted facts. Full stop. After the order was passed by this court in WPS 5657 of 2008, the petitioners and Manoj Shah appeared before the Deputy Commissioner Garwa. Full stop. The Deputy Commissioner Garwa made an inquiry and after hearing the parties found the followings. -1. In the Amsava dated 28 to 2008, these two petitioners were not the only candidates, there were other candidates, including Manoj Shah. Mukhtar Alam and Shashi Shekhar Jadhav. It has also been observed that if the candidates are more than the post, the same has to be registered in a register and the procedure. The Deputy Commissioner also found that the Gram Sabha unanimously selected these two petitioners as Shiksha Mitra. But no reasons have been assigned as to why these two petitioners only were selected. And there is no reason in the register to suggest as to why the other candidates were rejected. Next paragraph. The procedure is laid down in memo number 471 dated 8/6/2005 as to how the selection has to be made. The criteria are: number 1, residency; and minimum qualification. Full stop. In case of where the candidates are of having a candidate obtains In case the minimum qualification and other criteria are same in relation to the candidates, then preference has to be given to the females. This clearly suggests that a para teacher oblique Shiksha Mitra has to be selected and not elected. Full stop. From the order passed by the Deputy Commissioner, I find that these two petitioners were given an appointment letter as the majority of the Gram Sabha supported them. Full stop. This is not the process, this is a process of election, not selection. Full stop. Thus, I find that the Gram Sabha has not selected them, rather they have elected them. Full stop. This facts find strength from the inquiry report of the Deputy Commissioner, wherein he has mentioned that the procedure was absolutely opaque and nothing has been mentioned as to why these petitioners were given the same post and why the others were rejected. When a person has to be selected for a particular post and there are other contenders, the reasons for appointing the person must be mentioned and why the others were rejected should also be mentioned. A tabular chart should have been prepared depicting the qualifications as per the rule. But that has also not been done in this case, which is evident from the report of the Deputy Commissioner. Thus, the Deputy Commissioner has questioned the process adopted by the Gram Sabha, and since it was opaque and not transparent, he recommended rejection of the appointment of this petitioner. First of the same recommendation was accepted and the impugned order was passed, removing the petitioner, disengaging the petitioner. Next part. I find no illegality in the impugned order and the process which has been adopted while disengaging the petitioner. As the appointment of the petitioner is not in accordance with the provisions and the procedure and is opaque, they have rightly been removed. I find no merit in this writ application. The same is dismissed.
Obliged, my lord.
Milords, at one place, Lordship has says the inquiry report of the Deputy Commissioner. It is a reason order of the Deputy Commissioner, Milords.
Inquiry, but a reason order of the Deputy Commissioner pursuant to an inquiry.
Lordship. Obliged, Milords.
In pursuant to an inquiry and personal hearing given to the parties. Yes, next.
Serial number 9, WPS 7311 of 21.
I'm appealing for the
Mr. Prakash Singh.
I'm appealing for the petitioners, my lord. My lord, may kindly see the order dated 25th of February 2022, by which your lordship has asked the state to inform this court as to whether petitioners are still working or not. Prayer of the petitioner is for regularization, my lord. Their claim has been rejected. So
they are working
no
on
My lord, I am appearing on behalf of the state. I already have sent a notice to the concerned authority, but till date we have not received any information. Kindly give me some time more to get information. Actually, on the same date, on 25th of the February, we have sent the notice to the concerned department.
So today is 25th of March. So in 4 weeks, your authority didn't have the time to inform this court.
No information had been given to us.
Whom have you?
Myself, GP1.
No, from whom did you seek information?
Oh, actually, we have got information. We asked information from the Principal Secretary personal, their administrative and the Rajbhasha department first, the Principal Secretary, Cabinet Secretariat and Coordination Department, Third Secretary, the Panchayati Raj Committee, and for the food safety and administration department.
Counsel for the state submits that he has already sought for the information as required by this court on 25 to 22. But till date, he is yet to receive the proper information. Considering this submission, I am listing this case on next Friday. Full stop. If no information is full stop, if the information is not obtained by Thursday, the secretary
Point number 3.
it will be presumed that respondent number 3 is deliberately not cooperating with this court. An appropriate proceeding will be initiated against him. Let a copy of this order be handed over to the
GP1.
GP1.
Obliged.
Obliged, my lord.
Serial number 10, WPL 7320-2011, Mr. Arvind Kumar Chaudhary for the petitioner.
Lord, in this case, Milord, as per last order, I have served the copy to Mr. S.P. Rai, Milord. Milord, today, Milord, some personal difficulty, Milord, I pray for not today, Milord.
What is this prayer?
Prayer is, Milord, to payment of minimum wages under section 22 of the Minimum Wages Act. Milord, for the period he has
33C2.
That was amended subsequently under section 22. They have filed a petition for amendment. They are earlier filed under 33, Milord. That was subsequently by filing amendment, they have changed to 22.
They have changed to 22.
Yes.
Now, minimum wages for the area for the period
91 to 2003, Milord, filing of the.
What is your ground?
Milord, they have taken the ground that the appointment was not made by the competent persons, Milord. Our case is that the appointment was given by the letter was given at the instance of the chairman of the industrial area, Milord. And thereafter, they have issued an appointment letter, and pursuant to that appointment letter, they had worked from since 1992.
Show me the advertisements.
Milord?
Show me the advertisement which you were appointed.
No, there is no, on daily wages, they were asked as a guard, they were asked to work as a guard in the garden of the, Milord.
It's a daily wage employee.
Yes.
Who is appearing?
Yes, Lordship, in this matter, on last occasion, State of Bihar was directed to be implemented as responding to the matter, Lordship, and we were also directed to file an affidavit responding to the averments in the writ petition filed by the petitioner, Lordship. So far,
Counter has been filed on behalf of state, Your Lordship.
so I may be given also 3 weeks time, Lordship, to respond to the.
State of Bihar.
Yes, Lordship, on behalf of it.
By way of last indulgence, 3 weeks time is granted to the state of Bihar to file a counter affidavit. Not state of Bihar, it would be respondent 2, 3 and 4, 2 and 3 to file counter affidavit. This is good of 2 weeks.
Obliged, Milord.
Obliged, Your Lordship.
Serial number 11, WPS 1791 of 2012. Is the proper sequence to Pandey.
Yes, Mr. Pandey. Where are you? Mr. Pandey, unmute yourself. Mr. S.K. Pandey, please unmute yourself.
I am appearing for the respondent university, my lord.
Have you paid the amount?
My lord, the matter relates to policy decision of the state government. Let me go. Para 1A. That relates to making provision for payment of increments and change of designation. It is the state government's decision which is under challenge. And it has been mentioned so that what is under challenge is the state government's notification. All the other paragraphs, it refers to memo number 356, 1311-2001 of the Human Resource Development Department. All the prayers contained in the instant writ petition relate to the state government. University will comply with whatever direction the state government.
What is the stand of the state?
My lords, I am appearing for the state, my lords.
Yes.
The two issues of the legal issues are already settled, my lords, in the Prashant Kumar Mishra case, my lords. And the other issue, my lords, regarding the increments, my lords, the petitioner himself has filed a circular of the state government, my lords, wherein his grievance is accepted, my lords. All the grievances have been accepted, my lords, and today I received the instructions.
Mr. Pandey, unmute कीजिए. Mr. Pandey, unmute yourself. Mr. Pandey, unmute yourself. Unmute कीजिए.
Yes, Lordship.
Mr. Pandey, the State Council submits that all your grievances have been redressed.
My lord.
The State Council has made a submission that all your grievances have been redressed.
No, my lord. In fact, I am entitled for the reader's scale of 12,000 to 18,300, my lord, with effect from 7/1/1992, the date I was promoted to the post of reader, my lord, by Annexure 1, my lord. And Honorable Court has held in several cases, my lord, that there can be only one scale, pay scale for reader, not two scale. That is imaginary and arbitrary. In Prashant Kumar case, the another coordinate bench has also held this, my lord, in detail.
The state is also saying that his relief which he has been seeking for is answered in the Prashant Kumar's case in your favor.
Yes, my lord.
Then
My lord,
yes.
My lord, I was given a lower scale instead of UGC pay scale for reader, my lord.
Mr. Srinu?
My lords.
My lord, should I?
If the Prashant Kumar case governs the case of the petitioner, then he has to get the pay scale as per that order?
Yes, my lords. And probably the same has been granted, my lords. If he is not granted, my lords, he may file any representation in according to. He has been, my lords, I received the instructions regarding the payment also, my lords.
Yes.
But here it is mentioned regarding increment, the second prayer, my lord. Regarding the second prayer, the arrears have been paid, my lords.
What about the first prayer?
Regarding the first prayer, my lords, when it is the judgment has been upheld till Supreme Court, my lords. Thereafter, they have issued a circular for consideration of all the similarly situated persons, my lords. With respect, with regarding the.
So is it your case that the case of the petitioner will also be considered if he has?
Yes, the legal issue is that no two pay scales cannot be given for a particular post, my lords.
Yes.
And the prayer relief seeking in this petition also for the same, my lords.
Then I'm directing the petitioner to file a detailed representation before respondent number 2.
My lords.
Mr. Pandey?
My lord.
You approach respondent number 2, he will take into consideration the Prashant Kumar judgment, and if you are entitled for a higher scale, he will pass an appropriate order in terms of the same judgment.
From the date of my very promotion to the post of reader, my lord, on 7/1/1992, I should have been given a scale of.
From the date you are eligible.
Yes, my lord, from the date you are.
Yes.
At the very outset, the counsel for the state, Mr. Srinu Ganpati FC3, submits that the legal issues involved in this case has already been decided by this honorable court in the case of, give me the details.
Prashant Kumar Mishra versus
Prashant
State of
Kumar
Jharkhand.
Mishra versus State of Jharkhand.
WPS,
WPS
WPS number 4162 of 2013, my lords.
4162 of 2013. He submits that the aforesaid judgment has been upheld up to the Honorable Supreme Court of India. He submits that as per the same judgment, he states that as per the same judgment, a particular post cannot have two pay scales, and there will be one, and it has been held that there will be one pay scale. Full stop. Further, the increment has also been paid for by the petitioners.
My lord, that with respect to the increment, my lord, there is a circular at Annexure 13 of the supplementary affidavit filed by the petitioner, my lord.
First, the state also submits that there is a circular in respect of the increments. First, the SC3 submits that in view of the Prashant judgment rendered by this court in the case of Prashant Mishra in the so and so, the petitioner should approach the director and pray for refixation of his pay scale from the date of his eligibility.
If not fixed, ma'am.
If already not fixed, first up. It is submitted that if the petitioner approaches the director will consider the claim of the petitioner in respect of fixation of the pay scale and will, in terms of the judgment passed by this court in the case of so and so, and will pass a reasoned order. Full stop. He further submits that if any monetary benefit accrues by virtue of the same order, the same will immediately be transmitted to the petitioner. Yes, Mr. Pandey?
Lordship.
Mr. Pandey, appearing on behalf of the petitioner, has got no objection. Full stop. Considering aforesaid submission of the parties, I direct the petitioner to approach the director by filing a representation who will consider the case of the petitioner strictly in terms of the judgment passed by this court in WPS number 4162 of 2013 and will pass a recent order within a period of 8 weeks from receipt of the copy of this order along with the representation. Full stop. If it is found that the petitioner is entitled to get any benefit in terms of the judgment, the same benefit should be extended to the petitioner within 4 weeks thereafter. Full stop. If increments, so far as increment is concerned, what do you have to say?
The payments have been made, my lord, from the college and the university. I received the information, my lord.
He submits that the so far as the increments is concerned, if any amount remains to be paid to the petitioner, the same will be paid, and if any amount is due or is not legally payable, the reasons thereof should be communicated to the petitioner. Full stop. A detailed chart of payment should also be handed over to the petitioner, showing under what head the payments have been made and what payments have been made.
My orders of the state government should be communicated to the university for.
My lords, may I submit one more thing, my lords?
Yes.
The data, the service condition, the service particulars of the petitioner will be available with the college and the university, my lord.
The university will forward all the data in respect of the service of the petitioner to the state, to respondent number 2, who will take an appropriate decision. Full stop. Mr. Ashok Singh, appearing on behalf of the university, submits that the university will ensure forwarding of all the documents from the college through the university to respondent number 2.
Before
the application is disposed of.
For the university also, any time frame may be fixed.
The university is directed, उसमें 8 weeks की है ना, 12 weeks कीजिए, make it 12 weeks. The university within 4 weeks will transmit all the documents and data in respect of the petitioner to the respondent number 2.
Obliged.
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 WPS 2157 of 2012, Mr. Manoj Tandon for the petitioner.
May I please? Whereas the petitioner has died in Lords on 22/11/2020. Lords, I have. I have talked to the wife of the petitioner, nurse, and she is not willing to file any substitution petition.
Case of promotion.
Yes.
So,
In fact, he was espousing the cause of himself as also because he happened to be the nurse in this.
For the promotion is concerned, it's a personal cause of action.
That's right.
Here, Mr. Manoj Tandon submits that the petitioner is dead. He submits that he has approached the wife of this petitioner, who is not interested in pursuing this case. Considering the submission, this case is dismissed for non-prosecution.
My Lord, I am appearing on behalf of JPS, Your Lordship, in serial number 12.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oblige.
Serial number 30, WPS 2589 of 12, Mr. Rahul Kumar.
Lordship, I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner in this matter. Lordship, may kindly see the last order dated 4/3/2022. There was a direction to the respondent Jharkhand Academic Council to file an affidavit, Your Lordship, within 2 weeks. That has not yet been. Not filed, Your Lordship. Not filed.
on behalf of Jack Mallet. हुजूर इसमें इंस्ट्रक्शन मिल गया था हुजूर, एक लाइन सिर्फ एडवर्टाइजमेंट का हम इसी में दिखाना चाहेंगे हुजूर, जो इसमें है हुजूर। पिटिशनर जो अप्लाई किए थे हुजूर, वो नॉन पारा मतलब नॉन टीचर में ये जो वैकेंसी निकला था हुजूर 50% सीट रिजर्व था टीचर्स के लिए, जो टीचर से और 50% था इसके लिए। उसमें जो ये दिखा रहा है कि 164 है, वो टीचर्स में जो ऑलरेडी टीचर्स का जॉब कर रहे थे मिडिल स्कूल का, उनके लिए 164 था, और जो नॉन टीचर थे उनका लास्ट कट ऑफ मार्क्स जो हम सप्लीमेंट्री में डाले हुए जो 96 है, 196 में लग।
इसको कंप्लाई दिस ऑर्डर कंपोजिट फाइल कीजिए,
जस्ट इसको बस 1 वीक का टाइम दे दिया जाए हुजूर, आज ही हम कर देते हैं।
2 weeks request of Radhakrishnan Gupta, this case is directed to be listed after 2 weeks so that the order dated 4/3/2022 can be complied with by his client.
Much obliged, Lord.
Serial number 14, WPL 6168 of 12, Mr. Rishi Pallava.
My lords, in this case, I am appearing for the state, my lords. My lords, on the last date, my lords, no one appeared for the state, my lords. I appeared and sought time for seeking the instructions in this matter, my lords. I could construct the file, my lords, but I pray for a last intelligence, my lords. For the reason is, my lords, I have to inspect the court's file, my lords. I could not gather all the documents that are available, my lords. And moreover, my lords, by order 23/6/2016, my lords, whether there is a direction for filing of requisites, my lords. Whether it was complied or not, I have to verify, my lords. And the issue is, my lord, and once I have to seek the instructions from the department also, my lords. The issue is, there is a termination of 883 employees, my lords, and only 22 respondents are here, my lord. Whether the dues of under section 25F of Labor Industrial Dispute Act, whether that is paid to the other employees or not, that has to be verified, my lords. If that is verified, my lords, this writ petition become infructuous, my lords. If that has paid to other employees. Otherwise, there is a legal issue, my lords, whether the labor court can entertain a petition under with respect to the employees, who are terminated by the government, my lords. Because in number of judgments, they are saying the industry, government, department of government cannot be considered as industry, my lords.
Latest, there is a judgment.
That there is a reference to the larger bench, my lords.
Yes.
That is, my lords. That is in civil appeal number 1878 of 2016, my lord. ONGC versus Krishna Gopal and others, my lords.
Yes.
My lords, I seek only one indulgence, my lord, so that I can inspect the file and.
SC3. This case is adjourned for 3 weeks.
My lords. Oblige.
From your client, what is the status?
Yes. Oblige, my lords. Deeply obliged. Obliged.
Serial number 15, WPS 1286 of 13, Miss Vandana Singh, Mr. Rajesh Kumar.
May please Lordships. Let's kindly see the last order was 4/3/2022. But there is no affidavit has been filed by the Jack Act.
Yes.
My lord, I am appearing on behalf of Jack, my lord. My lord, I pray for 1 week time, my lord.
By way of last indulgence, 2 weeks time is granted to Jharkhand Academic Council to comply the order dated 4/3/2022.
Oblige, my lord.
Serial number 16, WPS 2955 of 13, Mr. M.A. Khan, Mr. Nipun Bakshi for the petitioner.
Lordship, the petitioners are all assistant teachers, Hafiz in various aided madrasas, Lordship, they have filed the instant writ application claiming parity in pay because they are claiming the pay of assistant teachers in the pay scale of rupees 9,300 to 34,000, 34,000 and odd, Lordship, but they have been fixed in the pay scale of 4,400 to 7,700 and odd, which is the pay scale provided for Adesh Pal or PN. And in the counter affidavit, Lordship, which has been filed in paragraph 8 of the counter affidavit, it has been categorically accepted that Hafiz is an assistant teacher, yet they have been classified. Yet they have been classified along with Adesh Pal and they are being given the pay scale of Adesh Pal. Therefore, this classification is grossly unjust and contrary to Lordship, the stand of the state government that they are assistant teachers themselves
Yes.
and therefore they should have been paid the scale
Yes,
of teacher.
yes, Jack. Yes. The scale which you are giving to this petitioner is of a class 4 staff, Group D. And admittedly, the post which the petitioners are holding is not a Group D post. They have filed a counter?
Lordship, they have filed their counter, Lordship.
State? Who is from the state?
Yes, Lordship, I am appearing, Lordship.
What is your stand?
Lordship, last affidavit, Lordship, I have filed, Lordship. And that is.
What have you stated?
And that is on 4/2/20, Lordship.
Yes.
Para 9, Lordship. In view of the resolution dated so as though as per the recommendation of Fitment Committee, has decided to provide the benefit of financial to the affiliated madrasa and employees of the Sanskrit school Idna and monetary benefit from the date issuance of the letter number so and so, Lordship.
What they are entitled for what?
They are entitled for, Lordship, 4,400 Lordship to, and that has come in para 10, Lordship. Para 10 इसी में आया हुआ है. As per resolution, itna the Hafiz who are marked to itna as per 4400 से 7440 with grade pay of 30C replacing the earlier pay scale of itna. Submitted a petitioner don't praise the requisite qualification, Lordship, criteria as per the guideline of the central government and in terms of the provision laid down resolution dated itna, they are not entitled for the claim as sought for, Lordship. They are claiming, Lordship, metric trained teachers grade, but they are only Hafiz. That has been stated, Lordship. in para 12 of APDP, Lordship, dated 4th February 19, Lordship. Petitioner claim of pay scale similar to the pay scale of untrained matric teacher without any basis. The petitioner are not untrained matric teachers, they are Hafiz only. Therefore, they cannot claim the pay scale of untrained matric teachers.
What is the pay scale of Hafiz?
Hafiz ka pay scale, Lordship, Annexure 2 of my counter affidavit, Lordship, that given the table, Lordship.
Yes.
And that is on page number 22, Lordship, of my counter affidavit.
Yes.
First counter affidavit, Lordship. That is on 17/10/2014, Lordship. ये पेज नंबर 22 पर है हुजूर, लास्ट पारा. ये जो हाफिज है, हाफिज 5वां कॉलम में हुजूर. ये 4400 to 7440 ग्रेड पे है 1300. That has been given.
What is the scale of Prashikshit non-matric?
And that is, Lordship.
हुजूर पेज 16 का पेज 16 में है हुजूर, रीट का पेज 16 में.
रीट का पेज
किसने नहीं लगा है हुजूर? पेज 16, रीट का पेज 16.
हाँ हुजूर, वही टेबल है.
हाफिज है, उसके ऊपर में नॉन मैट्रिक.
No, I'm Hafiz. I'm saying in normal schools, is there any such post, Prashikshit non-matric?
हुजूर उसी के ऊपर में है हुजूर, हाफिज के ठीक ऊपर में है हुजूर, प्रशिक्षित नॉन मैट्रिक. पेज 16 देखा जाए ना हुजूर, सबसे लास्ट में नीचे से दूसरा लाइन में हुजूर, प्रशिक्षित नॉन मैट्रिक 2550 से 3200 पुनरीक्षित.
This is in madrasas. What is the scale of Prashikshit non-matric in other schools? Yes. What is the scale of Prashikshit non-matric in other schools? Do you have this post?
हुजूर उसको पेज नंबर 15 में देखा जाए ना हुजूर, वो है इसी में है, पेज नंबर 15.
पेज नंबर
15 रीड का पेज नंबर 15 हुजूर, सबसे लास्ट में है हुजूर. मैं ये शास्त्रीय मध्यमा स्कूल का है हुजूर, प्रशिक्षित नॉन मैट्रिक 2550 से 3200.
I'm regular schools, but I'm not saying about the Sanskrit school or Urdu schools. I'm saying about the other schools.
आदर्श स्कूल का लिए तो
अदर स्कूल का टेबल हम लोग के पास अभी हम लोग
अदर
फाइल
स्कूल का टेबल में प्रशिक्षित नॉन मैट्रिक बोल के कुछ है? इज देयर एनी कोर्स
है
प्रशिक्षित नॉन मैट्रिक इन अदर स्कूल्स?
है हुजूर, मैट्रिक कंटेंट है
यस
हुजूर।
मिस्टर बख्शी, is there any similar type of post as प्रशिक्षित non matric in other schools?
Lordship, will have to verify. Lordship, in fact, in para 6 of the writ application, we have stated that, Lordship, these scholars are trained, they are graded on the basis of their knowledge of the Quran, and therefore the hierarchy of teachers, Urdu teachers are Hafiz, Alim, Fazil, Maulvi, etc. Now, the central government started providing aid to these madrasas on the ground that apart from the Islamic scholarly teachings, they will also incorporate modern education. So therefore, we have been saying that there is a mix of
Have you incorporated modern education there?
Lordship. That was the condition on the basis of which aid is being provided. Lordship.
How many female teachers are there? How many female teachers are there in your madrasa?
Lordship, that I don't know, Lordship. I'm on behalf of the employees only, Lordship. So they are saying that.
Just tell me how many female teachers are there.
Lordship, that I'll have to find out, Lordship.
Find out.
Lordship, they are all posted in separate, different madrasas, Lordship. Not in any particular one madrasa.
Just a minute. Just a minute. You come to your read page 27.
Lordship.
See, the Fazil Prashikshit has been given 9300 to 334,800.
Yes, Lordship. So, Lordship, it is Fazil oblique Prashikshit.
Fazil oblique Prashikshit are there. So, that means an Aprashikshit Snatak has already been granted. So, what is wrong in this?
Lordship, our only ground is that in view of paragraph 8, even a Hafiz, who is at best an assistant teacher, maybe not a graduate teacher, cannot be clubbed with the pay scale of a peon, lower than a clerk also, because such classification, Lordship, would be arbitrary and contrary to Article 14, because I am being clubbed with a peon, despite the fact that the state is also admitting that Hafiz is also a teacher.
How Article 14 is applicable in this case?
Lordship, Article 14 is that because the classification itself is arbitrary, because while admitting that I am a teacher, an assistant teacher, I am being equated with the pay scale of Lordship and Adesh Pal.
What is this post? Prashikshit non-matric? What does it mean? What does it mean? Prashikshit non-matric means?
Lordship,
Prashikshit. It's a post.
Yes, Lordship.
Just make me understand Prashikshit non-matric. What does it mean?
Lordship, Prashikshit non-matric is has provided, Lordship, will probably mean to suggest that a person who has not had formal education of matric but may have been trained as per the religious customs, because this post is there in both the madrasas as well as in the Sanskrit Vidyalayas.
That is why I am asking you.
So they may have had some religious education, but they may not have had formal modern education and therefore are non-matric. But at the same time, they may have had some religious educations, because this notification is confined to the madrasas and the Sanskrit Vidyalayas. And in both these cases, Lordship, this classification has been made and we have been equated along with the Adesh Pal.
No, not equated.
We are being paid the pay scale of Adesh Pal.
Maybe pay scale of Adesh Pal. Maybe.
So, Lordship, so such classification itself is arbitrary.
How? Show me.
Lordship, because of the fact that they are discharging the duties of a teacher, and a teacher cannot be equated with a class 4 post of an Adeshpal or PN. Lordship, because that itself would be unfair, Lordship, and an unjust classification.
First, make me understand what is Prashikshit non-matric. Prashikshit means trained.
Lordship.
Trained in what?
They must be trained in religious education, Lordship. Otherwise, non-matric is untrained in the common parlance, my lord.
Yes, what is non-matric?
We understand a person who is not even a matriculate will probably not be considered trained. But if the government is prescribing a scale of
Yes,
prashikshit,
government. Yes. Who is for the government?
Lordship, I am for the government, Lordship.
What?
I am JC of GA3, Lordship.
Who is
And
GA3?
Lordship,
Who is GA3?
Mr. Manoj Kumar, Lordship.
Let him come. Tell him to join. This scale was given on the recommendation of the central government that modern education will also be in.
Lordship, that is what I understand. That these have been provided aid only on the ground that they will also incorporate modern education, and therefore they started becoming aided organizations.
So have your madrasa incorporated modern education?
My lords, I'm not in a position to answer that, my lords, because I'm representing the employees only, Lordship.
Let them say.
Lordship.
Mr. Manoj,
My lord.
just tell me one thing. What is this term prashikshit non-matric? What does it denotes? What is actual is prashikshit non-matric? Trained non-matric. What is this? Number one. Number two.
Prashikshit non-matric, Lordship.
Yes. Is this prashikshit non-matric scale? Is this post there in your other schools also, which is not Sanskrit school and this madrasas?
Lordship, the meaning first, Lordship, of prashikshit matrix means, Lordship, the untrained in the matric, Lordship. Is a matric pass but untrained, Lordship.
But it's non-matric. Prashikshit non-matric.
Non-matric means, Lordship, he is not passed the matric, but Lordship, he is taken the training, Lordship.
What training?
That is a teacher's training, sir, Lordship.
How can a teacher non-matric take a teacher's training?
Lordship, I have taken the instruction of the
Number two, whether in any other school this post is there. If it is there, what is the pay scale?
My lord.
Give it. Okay, thank you. After 3 weeks.
Obliged.